I was in a stable relationship with a girl who was my life. She had chubby legs and elbow hair. I dreamed she'd be my wife. But she dumped me on a Wednesday, left me heartbroken in a ditch. But I think I know what happened that turned my whore into a bitch. The deep state made my girlfriend leave me. Those cunts did it again. She got a payoff from the government, and now she sees other men. Why they do this to me, I have no idea why. They did a psyop on my girlfriend to make her go fuck other guys. This has happened like 1,000 times, and it's gotten pretty old. These bitches keep on leaving me because they are mind control. The elite have focused.
What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom to you. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We're going to be starting off with this first video titled Apps to Help You Save Food as SNAP Benefits Set to End Amid Ongoing Government Shutdown. That's a long-ass title. So anyway, Saturday, everybody's supposed to lose their SNAP benefits or whatever. So they're raising awareness about these apps that can help you get food for cheap. I don't know. Sounds like a good idea, so I put it on the schedule. Then we got a video titled The White House Fires 6 Members of Commission of Fine Arts. Now, I guess this is supposed to be a big deal, but all I keep thinking about is Jill Biden's gay nutcracker White House shit that she did a couple of years ago. And if these people were involved with that, then they deserve to be fired. Then we got a video titled Bill Gates Says Climate Change Will Not Lead to Humanity's Demise. I don't know what's happening. I'm very suspicious about this. I don't know. Bill Gates is changing his mind here. It makes me very suspicious. Then we got a really cringy video that's not exactly news, but a lot of people are talking about it. It's titled Rabbis Slammed for Cringy Video Supporting Ma'am Donnie. I don't know if it's a campaign video or what it is, but it's ridiculous. Then we got a video titled Judge Orders Trump Chicago Immigration Leader to Court Daily. This is the Chief of Border Patrol. He is in the news every day. Well, now he has to go to court every day, which is weird. I've never heard of that. He has to go to court every single day, 6 p.m. East, or I don't know about Eastern time, but 6 p.m. For the whole week, and that's really weird. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, Are Those Gay Turtles? Then we're getting back into the news with the video titled DHS to roll out biometric scans for all non-U.S. citizens. They keep talking about concerns and stuff throughout the entire video of this, but that totally makes sense to me. If we're going to have strangers coming in and out of the country and all of that, then why not, take documentation? Then we got a video titled AZ Judge Steps Down After Allegedly Urinating in Public. That's a wild-ass video. I don't know. When the officer walks up, he's saying that she's throwing up and peeing in the bushes right there on the side of the street. I don't know. It's extra. Then we got a really short video. It doesn't give you a whole lot of information, but it can kind of give you something to watch out for. It's titled Former 2x2 Members Allege that Church Allows Abuse. It's some sort of cult, it sounds like. And like I said, they don't give you a whole lot of information, but I've never heard of the 2x2 church. And these are some wild accusations. So, like I said, if you see that information around, you're going to want to know about this stuff. Then we got a video titled Non-Citizens Voting. Over 1,000 registered to vote in Ohio, says Secretary of State. We just covered a video about Texas. It was like 2,700 illegals ready to vote. And it's like, I don't know. I'm glad they're finding this stuff, but hopefully they actually do something about it. Then the last little bit of the news is lefties losing it. And today it's titled Anti-ICE Cry Bully Gets His, I don't know what that is, comeuppance. That sounds explicit. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Sly Dog, and it's titled Classy. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Modern Problems. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, guys? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Russell? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Matt Rogers? And what's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Kevin, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing to the chat, Kevin. What's up, Cass? What's up, Culty? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Beck Frank? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. Scrolling through here. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us. What's up, Puff and Stuff? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Boosted Flames? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Boston? Happy freedom. What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom. What's up, Giggling Spy? What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. You guys are welcome to hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? Salt Ragu, you were first over here. Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you're truly omnipresent. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Roy? What's up, Odd? Happy freedom. Mr. Satan, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Sassy Patriot? Happy freedom. Sassy Patriot, this judge was in my town. I don't know. It's not good. Got judges barfing and peeing all over the place. I'm not impressed with judges lately. What's up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. All right, let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with an easy one. This is apps to help you save on food, as SNAP benefits are going to kick the bucket on Saturday. We're just going to shorten the title up. Just summarize it a little bit since they want to max out on their 100 characters there. Either way, is this woman trans? Anyways, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
We're now in day 29 of the government shutdown, and there is no end in sight. There's no vote currently scheduled in the Senate today. This comes as President Trump is vowing to find a solution to help fund the federal nutrition program, SNAP. 42 million people rely on it to feed their families. That money is set to dry up on Saturday. There are options families can turn to for help. ABC's Janae Norman has those details.
This is everything I got from Too Good to Go.
This morning, as many people look for ways to save on groceries, many are turning to apps that can help reduce food waste while also helping consumers find food at a heavily discounted price. One of those apps is Too Good to Go, where stores, bakeries, and restaurants in major cities across the U.S. will list surprise bags that contain surplus goods for a lower cost.
This bag was $7.99.
Users taking to social media to share some of the treasures they found in those surprise bags.
I got Too Good to Go from Whole Foods. Let's open it together.
Flash Food is an app that offers surplus food, primarily produce, meat, eggs, and dairy from grocery stores. Major partnerships include Kroger and Meijer.
All you have to do is download the app and you get to browse the deals near you.
The company telling GMA its #1 selling item on the app is a 10-pound box of mixed fresh fruits and vegetables sold for just $5. And when it comes to minimizing food waste, the app Oh a Potato uses the power of AI to scan the items currently inside your refrigerator to generate meal recipes.
It's so important for shoppers to look for creative ways to save. I do also recommend, if you're going to the grocery store, to have a little bit more of an open mind. You can shop around sales and plan your menu accordingly rather than going to the store with very specific ideas in mind and then paying full price.
Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
Okay, so you gotta give me a second here because that video's volume was all over the place. So let me fix this. Bam, there we go. Either way, trying to provide some good ideas here for people who are going to be really feeling it when the SNAP benefits disappear on Saturday. Now, some people are scamming the system and they should just take their ass to work. But for the people who actually need the help, these are some free ideas, sort of. I mean, you got to purchase food, but I'm sure the apps are free. Help you figure out some ways to get some food cheaper. And then there's always churches and food pantries and stuff like that where you can get food for just about free. They're saying that Trump vows to find a solution to help fund SNAP as it's about to stop on Saturday. I assume that he'll come up with something. If that's what he's saying he's going to do, I assume he's going to do it. But they're talking about an app called Too Good to Go. It's an app for stores, bakeries, and restaurants in major cities across the nation that put together surprise bags with a good amount of food for a cheap price. I don't know if they do this stuff near here, but it says in big cities. Then they talk about another app called Flash Food that offers surplus food, produce, meat, eggs, and dairy. Mentions Kroger and Meijer deals, so if you got those stores, and maybe you'll have access to using this app. Then they mention another app called Oh a Potato. I don't know who the hell named that, but that's a dud of a name. But in that app, they use AI where you scan ingredients in your fridge and it tries to put together recipes for you. So I don't know, creative ideas to try and make it through while Snap is probably going to end on Saturday. But if Trump says he's going to fix it, I just assume he's going to fix it. Next up, the White House fires 6 members of Commission of Fine Arts. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about all these apps to help out with buying food. So you go to a church, they'll gladly feed you. The government should never have been involved anyways. Yeah, I agree. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom to you. Magic Moon, surplus food equals expired food. That's what I was kind of thinking. Puff and Stuff, EBT, and Snap are in clean bill Democrats refuse to vote for. Yeah, well, they want their health care for illegals. And it doesn't seem like they're going to be budging on that. So I don't know. I don't know what they have to do. It sounds like they're just holding the government hostage. We have to provide health care for illegals or else they're never going to open the government up again. And I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me. But that's what they're playing it off like. What's up, MU? Happy freedom. What's up, Pag? Happy freedom to you. What's up, TBD? Happy freedom. What's up, Mana? Happy freedom. Mana, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Mana. Hope today kicks ass for you. Thank you for sharing your birthday with us. I love birthdays. Matt Rogers, my wife lost her job while pregnant with our second child. My VA pay was too high to get benefits. The Mormon church helped us with food. She's Mormon and I'm not. Yeah, Matt Rogers. It's the way to go, for sure. Cass. Colty, it's your birthday today, too? Happy birthday to you, Colty. Hope today kicks ass for you. Thank you for sharing your birthday with us. Let me see. Tony Rez, if you have a local Mormon church, talk to them. They might be able to help with food. Yeah, all the places around here are like that. There's so many churches. There's a church on every block around here, and they all help with food and stuff like that. Very common here. What's up, Kane? Happy freedom. Kane, your birthday was on Saturday. How was your birthday? Happy birthday to you, Kane. Hope Saturday was fantastic. What's up, Waylon? Happy freedom. Waylon, your birthday was Monday. Well, happy birthday to you. Dang, there was a lot of hooligan birthdays. You guys just got to speak up when it's your birthday. Peg saying happy birthday to all the birthdays out there. What's up, Bubba? Happy freedom. Bubba, your birthday was on Sunday. Well, happy birthday to you. Holy, we might have to start going live on Sundays. I know everybody's birthday was Sunday. Kane, it was awesome. Glad to hear it. Heck yeah. All right, hooligans. Moving forward here, like I said, the White House fires 6 members of Commission of Fine Arts. I've never heard of this before, but all I keep thinking is Jill Biden's gay nutcracker thing that they did for Christmas that one year when Old Man Walter was stalking the White House. If these people were involved in that, I feel like they deserve to be fired. That's just my opinion. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
The White House has fired all 6 members of the Commission of Fine Arts, an independent agency charged with advising the president, Congress, and the city of Washington, D.C. with matters of design and aesthetics. Now, the firings came via email and essentially said that all members and their positions were terminated effective immediately. And the reason this is so notable is because it comes as the president, of course, a real estate developer himself, has sought to really impose his own style on the nation's capital, becoming a developer of chief of sorts. And it comes as we know he's planning projects like a triumphal arch to commemorate America's 250th birthday. He's demolished the entire east wing of the White House to accommodate a new 90,000 square foot presidential ballroom. He's paved over the Rose Garden, now dubbing it the Rose Garden Club, with style very similar to that of his Mar-a-Lago club in Florida, and he's gilded the entire Oval Office. Now, some of the rules and the laws pertaining to this architecture and and the commission and what they would have a say on don't necessarily apply to the White House, but they would apply to projects across the city, like the president's new arch. And all of these 6 members were appointed by the former president, Joe Biden, to 4-year terms. But in keeping with a lot of the other moves we've seen the president make since coming into office for his second term, like the Council for the U.S. Holocaust Memorial or the National Capital Planning Commission, he's designed to get rid of Biden appointees and instead put in place some of his most loyal allies into those roles.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe things will start looking different in Washington, D.C. and all these places that they're listing. They're saying 6 members of the Commission of Fine Arts have all been fired. They supposedly advised the president, Congress, and the city of Washington, D.C. for design and aesthetics, which is weird. I didn't know that was a thing. And like I had said, if they help Jill Biden do that gay nutcracker stuff, then good. I'm glad they're fired. Because I don't know what else they do. I've never heard of this until this happened, and they all got fired. So I can't imagine they're that good at their job, or they wouldn't have been fired. Next up, Bill Gates says climate change will not lead to humanity's demise. It sounds like backwards day, so I don't know. It's really suspicious. It's coming up next. So first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the Commission of Fine Arts getting canned. Russell, I'm ready for the next ballroom update. Yeah, I wonder when they'll have another update on it. I don't know. I'm surprised it's so controversial. I thought people would be happy about it. We're kind of getting more White House here. Russell, the arch will be cool. Where is that supposed to be? I remember President Trump was holding up like a little figurine of it, but I didn't hear where they were supposed to be putting it. What's up, guys? Happy Freedom. What's up, Disco? Happy Freedom. What's up, CLB? Happy Freedom to you. Kevin, why isn't the White House doing ghost tours for Halloween? That place is haunted to the tits. Security reasons, I'm sure. Beck Frank in the middle of a roundabout in Washington. That's cool. I wonder when they're going to erect that. Remember when President Trump was saying that about the flag, when he put up the giant flagpoles? He was like, you know, a word that we don't use a whole lot. You know, we erected a flag. It was like, oh, dang. Sounds good, Russell. What's up, Meta? Happy Freedom. Meta, I think of the families that won't have a good Thanksgiving because of EBT and SNAP. It extends to December, then Xmas dinners will be affected too. Yeah, if they go to a church, they'll be okay. But if people don't want to do that kind of stuff, go to food pantries and stuff, then yeah, they are going to be affected. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy Freedom. I doubt this stuff will go on that long, though. I think tomorrow is going to put the government shutdown in a tie for the longest shutdown ever. So I'm assuming that things will turn around pretty quickly here, considering we're in the longest shutdown ever. It seems really simple. I don't understand why we can't get past this. If they're demanding healthcare for illegals and nobody else wants it, we're not just at a stalemate. There's got to be some way to get around this. I don't know if they got to go outside and fight in the parking lot or what they got to do. They're going to have to do something because it's real dumb. The Schumer shutdown is stupid. What's up, Too Real? Happy Freedom. Bubba, why is my screen name changed? It was my real name last week. I don't know. I hate the username stuff on YouTube. I wish that wouldn't happen. I went into the settings to see if I could change it, but I don't have the ability to change it. What's up, Tar Kitty? Happy Freedom. Tar Kitty, look up Bleeding Kansas. Oh, what did I just click on? Bleeding Kansas before Civil War. Glenn Beck talked about it today. I'll look it up. I don't really know that much about it. It had something to do with slavery or something, didn't it? What's your name? We'll go with the Happy Freedom. Too real. Who cares? What about Biden's kiddie pool or Hunter's powder room, Obama's glory hole wall, Michelle's all dude workout gym? Sounds good. Working on my lefty lies. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really worried. It's the same thing about deportations. They're mad at President Trump because he wants to do deportations, and Obama has deported more people than Trump has at this point. So You know, they didn't care when Obama did it. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, Bill Gates, I don't know why I'm talking like that. Bill Gates says that climate change will not lead to humanity's demise. I wonder why he had to change of heart. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this polled up. Bill Gates changing his mind on climate change. The climate changed his mind. That's what happened. His brain is melting like the polar ice caps. That's all the zingers I got. So hit that like button and let's go ahead and do this.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka for the National News Desk, America's News Now.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Developing this morning, a new controversy erupting on the far left. One of the most vocal climate change activists now says we need to forget focusing on green energy and stop investing in expensive and questionable efforts for, quote, zero carbon emissions. In an essay, billionaire Bill Gates argues climate change is not going to wipe out humanity and says all the money that was spent to try and get rid of fossil fuels has essentially been wasted. Instead, he says that money could go toward fighting world hunger and preventing life-threatening diseases. Gates' essay does come ahead of next month's Global Climate Change Summit and has caused a firestorm on social media. A post from one user that's gone viral states, "This is a huge victory. Bill Gates and the climate change alarmists are finally admitting humans will be just fine. Truth tellers were demonized for years for saying the extremism was unwarranted. But even with massive censorship, the data keeps proving that human activity isn't causing the planet to combust."
Okay, well, I like that they stick a blue banner on this video telling you, no, the weather changing and all that stuff that they're always crying about, that's real. Even though this guy advocating for it is what caused the blue banner to be there in the first place. Now that he's changed his mind, now he's getting censored on YouTube. That's cool. Life is funny like that. Either way, they're saying that Bill Gates admits that climate change won't be the end of us. He wasted all that money that is being used to get rid of fossil fuels, like that wasn't money laundering going on. Talks about him saying the money would be better used for fighting world hunger and preventing life-threatening diseases that he's probably building and giving gain of function right now. God only knows. Either way, a change of heart for Bill Gates. Next up, we got commie campaign propaganda. It's not exactly news, but it is a cringy video put out that's in favor of Mom Donnie out in New York, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Bill Gates. Ghostly, no fucking shit. It's almost like the sun controls the temp, like summer and winter. I know, it's crazy, Ghostly. It's like Bill Gates didn't have, didn't he skip 4th grade somewhere along the way? Guess, yeah, he made billions off the Green New Dildo. Told you it was a scam. Russell, Bill Gates getting ready for another manufactured crisis. Yeah. I wonder why it's happening, though. I mean, obviously, the agenda is an agenda. He's just paying people to carry out deeds that he wants done, as anybody else paying for anything. So I wonder what the new deal is. What is the next thing he's supporting? And why is what he was supporting no longer worth paying into? There must be more change. He won't be the only one. There's got to be other people that are going to turn over on this climate change situation here. Back Frank, my question is why? Why, when he would have known all along that it was bullshit, why take everyone in that direction and now come out with the truth? Well, like I'm saying, it's money laundering. So if you got a group that, I don't know, promotes terrorist activity and shit, like, sometimes these protests turns into riots and shit like that. If the people were doing it are running a non-profit that is in relation to green energy or something like that, then Bill Gates might throw some doll hairs in that direction. Now, on paper, it looks like he's supporting a green energy nonprofit. But what he's doing is he's giving 100,000 doll hairs to some extremists who are going to buy supplies to benefit rioters during these manufactured protests. And so on paper it looks good, but what's happening in real life, not so grand. What I'm wondering is why the change? Why is there a change happening right now? Is something going on with climate change? Is climate change donations now going to be taxable? Is there, like, something's happening to where that's no longer effective, and some sort of change is happening. So like I said, I think that we'll see other people saying similar things. They're going to get off the agenda and see what they promote next, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same song and dance. It's group of bad guys, really cool label, send the money to the cool label, look like you're doing charity, and really you're promoting and you're funding terrorism, domestic terrorism, agenda bullshit, politics, deep state, all that. Guess on the whole climate change BS started in Australia. Go figure, right? Well, you saying Beck Frank did it? I heard that she might have did it. Giggling Spy Tech needs a lot of energy. Yeah, supposedly they're building nuclear reactors to power the AI. Beck Frank, guess you're gonna get it. Kevin, the government should be supplying home garden kits to help people with food costs and setting up community gardens. Yeah, I can't remember what they were called. They did that in the past. I think it was during one of the world wars. They were called like victory gardens or something. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, they should. I think the problem is most people are living in subsidized apartments right now, and you can't do that kind of stuff. You can have an indoor garden, but like, I got a deck out here. I got a 3-pane slider and a deck. I can't even do anything on the deck. I can't put chairs out there. I can't put a table out there. I cannot grill out there. I can't hang anything out there. I can't hang anything on the railing. I can't put decorations up. I can't smoke out there. So I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do out there? Nothing? Go out there and just stand and just stare at the other people's porches and shit? Other poor people doing poor people things? Like, what the fuck is that for? And so, I don't know. You're right. The government should be telling people how to grow their own food, but the government doesn't want that. They don't want you to be independent. They want you relying on the government, which is really weird right now during the shutdown. Hey, we want you on food stamps. By the way, on Saturday, you're not getting food stamps. I don't know, it's not working. But yeah, yep, it's a multifaceted problem. Magic Moon doesn't care about the truth, only money. Follow the money. That's right. What's up, Major? Happy freedom to you. Now just apply the opposite. That's the real agenda. Yep. Beck Frank, my fault. Magic Moon, grow your own weed too. That's right. Ghostly, if they cared about climate change, they would have funded nuclear power a long time ago. Yeah. What's up, Southern Eagleman? What's up, Stern? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Tony Ridge? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom. What's up, default user? Happy freedom to you. We've been saying for years that the grid can't handle adding electric cars. Now they want high demand AI centers. You got to use the juice, man. Back gold. Yeah. We'll see how it goes, because supposedly that's what they're doing. They're building nuclear reactors. We covered a story about how they're trying to build a nuclear reactor on the moon that we can't seem to get back to. I don't know. We'll see. All that tells me is it sounds like it's worth investing in AI. I can't give financial advice, but if they're dumping that much money into the development of AI, then it seems pretty secure that if I was to go and dump some doll hairs into AI companies and you sat on that shit for 10 years, you'd probably be sitting kind of pretty, depending on how much I was to put in the account, just because they're putting the infrastructure in, supposedly. We'll see what it looks like in 4 years when, the new guy gets in office. If it's JD, we'll be fine. If the Democrats do what the Democrats do best, we're going to be stuck with some piece of shit, and he might tear it down. What's up, Sven? Happy freedom. Evil crap bag? That's right. What's up, Anna Kims? Happy freedom. Anna Kims, each person can change their name under the profile settings. It's called handle instead of username. Thank you for letting me know, Anna Kims. I wonder why YouTube just decided to make the switch like that. What's up, Nick? What's up, Mike Ingalls? Happy freedom to you. Default user bill is reasonable. When evidence shows you are wrong, you change your view. Yeah, but Democrats, you can't prove anything to them. It's like making somebody believe something. You could try and convince them. You can't force them to believe something. And Democrats never believe they're wrong. Matt Rogers, Bill Gates' biggest scam is that he donates all of his money to his own fundraisers. Oh, I totally believe that. What's up, JF? Happy freedom? The nuclear word, yeah, JF. All right, hooligans. Let's move forward here. Like I said, we got a really short video. It's extra cringy just for you guys up in the front row here. This is about Ma'am Dami, or however you say this guy. The commie in New York. That guy. I don't know if he put this video together, but this is in favor of him. Whoever the hell put this together really likes this guy, and he's trying to convince some normies. There's a surprise in this video, and we'll see if you guys can spot it. Hit that like button, and let's get into this.
Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi.
Prostitute.
We're among the thousands of Jewish New Yorkers who've been out door knocking and phone banking to elect Zohran Mamdani. We're also rabbis.
We know Zohran will fight to make our city affordable and safe for our families.
And for our neighbors of all faiths and backgrounds.
As New Yorkers, we're also just people who live here, who don't want to get priced out of this incredible city that we call home.
We know fellow Jews want to be able to afford housing, transportation, and childcare for their families too.
As Jews, as rabbis, as New Yorkers, we believe that all people deserve to thrive. Zohran agrees.
But let's get real. This isn't only about belief, it's about action. So let's build a flourishing city.
Together, let's elect Zohran. Zohran!
No. No, we will not be doing that. No, thank you. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's news or not, but there's a lot of people talking about that stuff, and if I have to watch it, you got to watch it. We're just going to get right into this next one because I know your brains are frying on the skillet right now. Judge orders Trump's Chicago immigration leader, that's a way to put it, to court daily. Now, I can't ever think what this guy's name is. It's something that I can never remember, but the chief of Border Patrol, he's in the news a lot lately. And lately, he's been in the news, a little Hyena Harris speech patterns for you, for tossing that CS gas, and it's all in slow-mo and extra badass and stuff. So they're all mad about that, and they're saying he has to wear a body cam, and he has to go to court every day this week at 6 p.m. or else. And I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of that at all. Like, hey, bud, you got to come here and waste all of our time every day this week at 6 o'clock. You don't have to do anything. Nope. No handstand. You don't have to do a cartwheel. We're not going to make you do a backflip. You're just going to come here and stare at us. We're going to rip a skip you real quick, and then we'll send you on your way. But you better be here or else every day, 6 p.m. Like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
A U.S. judge on Tuesday ordered a Border Patrol official overseeing Donald Trump's immigration crackdown in Chicago to appear in court daily for the next week and wear a body camera. The order's Commander-at-Large Gregory Bovino cites concerns about the agency's frequent use of force and tear gas during enforcement actions in the city. U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis instructed Bovino to attend court each weekday at 6 p.m. ahead of a November 5 hearing in a lawsuit filed by protesters over border agency tactics. At each appearance, he will discuss the day's immigration enforcement operations. Ellis also required the Trump administration to submit reports by Friday detailing the use of force and corresponding body camera footage since enforcement operations began in Chicago on September 2nd. The administration is also required to provide such material for any future instances. She summoned Bovino after a video showed him tossing a tear gas canister at protesters during an enforcement action in a predominantly Mexican immigrant neighborhood. The judge also criticized the Border Patrol's tactics, citing video evidence of agents using excessive force. During the hearing, Ellis referenced a Saturday incident in the Old Irving Park neighborhood. According to two witnesses, agents tackled residents and fired tear gas without warning. Ellis urged Bovino to consider the lives of local children, saying they had a right to feel safe in their neighborhoods. When she pressed him about an earlier order requiring agents to wear body-worn cameras, he said, 99% of border agency personnel in Chicago had them, but he personally did not. Ellis told Bovino to obtain a camera and training on how to use it by Friday. The judge denied the U.S. Justice Department's request to pause her order requiring Bovino's daily appearances. The DOJ and the Department of Homeland Security did not immediately respond to requests for comment.
Okay, so like I said, they're all mad. They're all mad at this guy because he's out here looking like a superhero against these protesters. They're like, nah, that's too badass. We're going to have to bring him in. They're saying the chief of Border Patrol has been ordered to wear a body cam, which I'm not against that. If they're out here arresting people, I think they should have body cams. But he has to appear in court every day this week, 6 p.m. for the whole week, unless they extend it. What does that do? I don't even understand what that does. Bunch of nothing. You got an hour of detention every day. You gotta show up after lunch. You get no recess. You gotta sit at the lunch table for 1 hour every day, Mr. Chief of Border Patrol. They're suspicious that these agents are using excessive force, and so they're going after their guy here, the Chief of Border Patrol, whatever his name is. I don't know. I think it's really stupid, and I think that they're just flexing their baby nuts at him. They're just saying, hey, I can control you. In my position, I can tell you what to do. Today or this week, you got to come into court for an hour for no fucking reason. Next week, we might make you just, wear a tutu or stand on 1 foot. We're just letting you know that we're in control here. That's all it sounds like to me. Either way, next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today, it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, Are Those Gay Turtles? It's coming up next, but first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the judge playing around with the Chief of Border Patrol. Ghostly, if they're from Mexico, they should love the spicy gas. I mean, you would think so. I'm not sure who filed these complaints here. Russell, take it like a man. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy Freedom. What's up, Dutton? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy Freedom, Pumpkin. Lone Wolf, the gay turtles, you'll understand. You'll understand. The video coming up will explain it all. Puff stuff. So he's a target every day around 6 until Friday. That's right. Everybody knows where he's going to be and what he's doing every day this week. What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy Freedom. Tori Wayne, you used to have a turtle. I've always thought turtles were cool. I've never wanted to take care of one, though. Taking care of a giant cat is enough for me. Magic Moon Dems Gone Wild. Ah, God, that sounds explicit and scary at the same time. What's up, CLB? Happy Freedom. What's up, Betsy? Happy Freedom to you. No, just say no. That's right. I don't understand people wanting to vote for Ma'am Donnie or whatever his name is. I don't get that. Like, what is he offering that's so great? Kevin, don't tell X Jones about the gay turtles. Wait till you guys see this video, because you'll put it all together. Meta, a Catholic church, puts on a major turkey event, upscaled neighborhood. That gives out hundreds of dinner fixings, turkey bread, veggies, pies, etc. in a basket. Volunteering for this is the best part of the holiday for me. That's awesome, Meta. There's a couple places here that do that. If you work in any of the factories here, one day they'll just show up on Christmas and I think Thanksgiving. They'll just hand everybody a giant frozen turkey. Boosted Flames, fixed your name over here. Very nice. What's up, Damon Walker? Happy Freedom. What's up, Metallica? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Xterra? Happy Freedom. So, man, who's gonna arrest him if he doesn't? I doubt the judge would. I doubt the judge is gonna get off their ass and go out there and try and stop him. They go after him. All of a sudden, he throws another CS gas canister. Here you go, Judge. Have another. Like that funny video we covered yesterday. Here's another one. What's up, Sonny? Happy Freedom. Bovino. Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember his name. I don't know why. But yeah, that's who we're talking about. What's up, Zero? Happy Freedom to you. Snooks. I say turtle. Like, I don't say toidle, it's turtle. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. You guys are all excited about these gay turtles. What's up, Infernal? Happy freedom to you. Alright, better put the gay turtles on the screen. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick. If you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open your browser, go to rumble.com, log in, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. All right, let's get this video pulled up real quick. You guys are gonna like it. Now, this video was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, "Are Those Gay Turtles?" Now, I don't know if they were gay or not, but they sure liked his wiener. Alright, getting back in the news here. DHS to roll out biometric scan for all non-US citizens. We should have been doing this. They're acting like this is controversial. I think they should start this stuff today. Either way, let's get this pulled up. Come on, do the thing. Good Lord. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
The U.S. is about to roll out one of the biggest border security changes in decades. There's a new rule. It requires photographing and sometimes fingerprinting all non-U.S. citizens entering or leaving the country. News Nation's Xavier Walton is live this morning from Dallas. Xavier, good morning. What's the timeline and how widespread will this be?
Hannah, good morning. You know, the new rule from the Department of Homeland Security takes effect December 26th, so the day after Christmas. It applies to every port of entry and exit. That's air, land, and sea. U.S. Customs and Border Protection is going to capture facial recognition images and sometimes fingerprints for all non-U.S. citizens. That includes people with resident status, visa holders, and seasonal workers as well. That data will then be linked to travel documents and immigration records, creating what DHS calls a comprehensive biometric entry-exit system. Now, DHS says the goal is to cut down on overstays by matching who enters the country with who leaves, closing those long-standing gaps in the system that rely on paper records or self-reporting. Now, this is part of an automated entry-exit system that, Congress mandated back in 1996 and then added a biometric component after 9/11, but has never been fully completed. Still, not everyone agrees with this change.
Privacy concerns, data retention. There are not exceptions for children or the elderly. And then there are concerns about how the software sometimes cannot work properly with people of color. And so people who have a darker skin tone might suffer difficulties. But the overarching concern is about data privacy and surveillance.
So you have privacy and discrimination concerns. DHS says it will take, 3 to 5 years to fully deploy nationwide, Hannah.
Xavier, this only applies to non-U.S. citizens, but for Americans who are traveling or living near border crossings, how will this affect them? A lot of them just make that commute daily over the border.
Yeah, they really do, Hannah. And CBP says, U.S. citizens, they won't be required to submit biometric data, but they will be photographed when standing next to foreign travelers at, say, airport gates or even border kiosks. DHS insists that this data is immediately deleted, but then privacy groups say, not so fast. This could actually set a dangerous precedent or a slippery slope moving forward, Hannah.
Absolutely. Xavier Walton live in Dallas for us. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. Goodness, having to sit here and fight the damn ads. Anyways, they're rolling out this biometric crap for non-citizens. I think this sounds like a good idea. I don't know why this is so controversial. Now, it'd be different if they were trying to scan us. They already scan us. Every time you walk into a fucking Walmart, they prove it to you. They already scan us, but, you know, they're not just upfront about it. They want to be upfront about scanning illegals. That's totally fine with me. Now, it's not just illegals. It's people who are non-citizens. So even if they're here legally, but they have temporary status, they don't have permanent status, they're getting scanned. And that's okay, because we got like 50 million illegals in the country who ain't supposed to be here. And if they're leaving, and especially if they're planning on coming back, we should go ahead and document that. I mean, the whole thing sounds good to me. Either way, they're saying on December 26th, Border Patrol is going to start taking facial recognition, and sometimes they will be taking fingerprints. That part doesn't make sense to me. Why wouldn't you take their fingerprints? Like, I don't understand that. But either way, this is for everybody who's a non-U.S. citizen coming or going from the U.S. Data will be linked to travel documents and immigration records. Talks about privacy and discrimination concerns, which, you know, that's whatever. And like I was saying, I don't see a problem with this. Obviously, we need to do better at keeping track of illegals and terrorists, and just making sure we're not letting more monsters in like Joe Biden did during the last 4 years. You know, obviously this will make us safer, and I don't know why we weren't already doing this. Next up, AZ judge steps down after allegedly urinating in public. This woman was barfing and peeing on, like, right there on the avenue, and it's on the body cam, so the cop had to smell it. She's like, nah, that wasn't me. It's coming up next, but first we're gonna hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about non-Americans getting scanned when they're coming and going from America. Ghostly, I fucking hate that the law only applies to me. Yeah, exactly. I feel that way too. Russell, I can't even read that out loud, but yeah, that's kind of what they were saying. Ghostly, it's been the law since 96, but they just ignored it. Yeah, they were like, yeah, but we got to use tech. They were like, tech? I can't even send an email because I ignored that shit when it first came out. Nah, we're not doing that. Like, okay. That's the problem all across the board, though. We have laws that fix most problems. The problem is that nobody enforces the law. Zero, they're already in all the big stores anyway. Yeah. Rogers, the facial recognition system is racist. They made it that way, just like the AI. Major Big Brother. Always watching. What's up, Boston? Happy freedom. Everything is controversial. Yeah, you're right. You're right. When I say it's controversial, I mean people are currently bitching about it right now. But yeah, you are right. Beck Frank, it'll be citizens before too long. Oh, it's already a thing. NSA has come out so many times and said, yeah, they're watching us on our phones. They're listening to us. They're tracking our GPS. All of our monitors and shit all everywhere, right? Cameras inside your house, all that stuff. It's all being monitored by national security. They just go out there and say it in the middle of a 5-hour press briefing so nobody pays attention to the shit. A lot of people already know that, though. That's why they're scared of their phones and stuff, because they know they're being tracked and monitored. But they just say it in a... They're like, yeah, we're watching everything you do all the time, every day. And even if you get rid of all your devices, all of your friends still have their devices. So plan on locking yourself inside of a dead, quiet house in order to escape our reaches. By the way, we're doing all this for your own protection and safety. It's for the greater good. And then the press briefing's over. Like, and that's how they do it. But yeah, we should worry about what they're doing to the non-Americans getting scanned. We'll worry about that. Major, show them my wiener. That's right. That's the greatest defense against them monitoring us. You just show them your wiener and you scream, I'm only 16. That's how you get this done. Then I remember a few years ago when they were claiming that hand soap dispensers were racist because it wouldn't dispense for black people. I've never heard that, but that's funny. Problems we have in life. That's funny. Let me see. Thank you so much, Colty, for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're a badass, Colty. Thank you so much. Heck yeah, gifting subs. Oh yeah, if we hit 200 subs over on Rumble, I know the other menu thing will pop up here in a second. If we hit 200, there it is right here. If we hit 200 hooligans over on Rumble, we're going to either eat a spicy chip, or maybe we'll start doing sour stuff. I don't know. That was suggested to me. We might do that. I don't think I could die from that, so I don't know. But I did add a bunch of hot stuff to the wish list. If we hit 200 hooligans before we actually receive what we're gonna get, I'm gonna get this spicy chip here, this gelato chip. It's another chip challenge. It says extreme spicy tortilla chip, hottest chip in the world, the ultimate hot snack. So I think we're gonna do that. But if you guys send me anything off this list, we'll go ahead and schedule that as well. But that's the goal there. We need 200 hooligans over on Rumble. Beck Frank, the Scorpion chili jerky arrived. I'll post it soon. It's likely take a few weeks to get to you. Well, thanks, Beck Frank. That's exciting. Major, the holy chip. Yeah, hole in my intestines. Got some. I don't know if we're going to start the premium live today or tomorrow. I'd like to do it today, but I slept like shit. I slept awful last night, so I will most likely be going to bed early tonight. But yeah, we are going to have to knock out the 5 hours of premium live streaming over on Rumble. We're going to be playing the game again. I don't know what game we're going to play yet. We do got some new games, so we might play something new. But yeah, we got to crank out 5 hours before the end of Friday because of the premium creator program over on Rumble. So I don't know if it's going to start today, but if not today, it will start tomorrow. Bill Clay, you going to eat the hot chip after eating the Reaper? Yeah, well, when I ate the Reaper, the one that got me, that was the second time I've had a Reaper. And that was the day after I ate a ghost pepper, I think. And then I also ate the hot chip, and the hot chip had Reaper and Trinidad Scorpion in it. The problem, what got me was the seeds and the stupid placenta inside the pepper. That's what got me. And I think it's the seeds. I think our body don't process the seeds quickly. And my body doesn't produce shit fast at all. Last time I had my stomach checked, I had food from 48 hours ago still inside my stomach, and our shit's not supposed to work like that. But for some reason, mine does. And it's such a problem that food rots inside my body before my body actually digests it. That's a huge fucking problem. And so when I'm leaving Reaper seeds inside my body, that's 3 days of just lava in my guts, and so I can't do that. But eating the hot chip, eating the ghost pepper, and eating the Reaper without the seeds and the bullshit inside was fine. I mean, my face was melting, but after, a couple hours, I was okay. Eating that Reaper whole, I thought I was going to the fucking emergency room. So I've seen you dance the first hour? We'll see. Ghostly, what's the new game? Turbo got me some new games. Let me see really quick if I can pull it up without crashing the damn live. I can't remember which ones they were. But he just got me 2 games, and I think I already had a couple games. I bought all the Wolfenstein games because they had them on a deal, and I didn't realize they were made by Bethesda. I was also thinking about Outer Worlds, because that game looks awesome too. Oh, I don't even have it on the wish list. Bam, there we go. Anyways, let me see. Yeah, we got all the Wolfenstein games. And then Schedule 1 was one of the games that Turbo got me, and that game is funny as hell. I've seen a lot of people play that on the live. Let me see, is it Left 4 Dead 2? He got me another game. I can't remember which one it is. I got quite the list here. A bunch of them I have not installed yet. Oh, actually, I think it was the Borderlands game. Borderlands 2 and 3 sitting here. But yeah, we got a long list of games here. We'll find something to play. Knock out that 5 hours of premium live streaming over on Rumble. And like I said, if we don't start today, we'll start tomorrow. But we have 5 hours knocked out before the end of Friday. Matt Rogers got plants growing inside you. I mean, it might be. That might be what it is. Guess sounds pretty seedy. It was ugly seedy. It wasn't pretty seedy. It was ugly seedy. Truman, did you ever play Manhunt? I played Manhunt when it first got unbanned, because it used to be banned like worldwide or whatever. But when the ban ended, And we were able to play it here in the US. I don't remember if it was PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. That's when I played it, but I haven't played it since then. I've seen a lot of people playing it lately, though. Done. Prime Games has Hellslave free to claim. Boomer shooter with magic. I'll have to check that out. I've never heard of that. I will check that out. Thank you for letting me know, Dudden. Jeff, I play No Man's Sky and it's good. There's a lot of people that like the No Man's Sky game. I think I got it on my wish list, so I should get notifications when it goes on sale. I just been broke lately, so I haven't been able to buy video games and stuff. Lone Wolf, Outer World 1 is one of my favorite games. 2's got to be good. I've heard a lot of good things about 2, because I think Outer Worlds 2, if not both of them, were created by the same people who created like Fallout 3 and New Vegas or something like that, so it's got Fallout vibes. Lone Wolf, yeah, the placenta. That's what it's actually called. The inside of the pepper that holds the seeds, the white part, that's called the placenta. Some people say membrane, but I think it gives more character if you say placenta. Bill Clay, I never eat spicy foods. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I didn't like spicy food for a long time. What? Well, get your booty up here. Is it 8 o'clock? No, it ain't even close to 8. You want extra fancy feast. That's what it is. Well, get your booty up there. Wait, I don't know what you're meowing at me for. I ain't lifting you. You're going to throw my back out. Mm-hmm. Done. Crank out 5 hours. Sounds like a daily task. Mm-hmm. It is. It's a lot of work. Kevin, they make ghost pepper hot chocolate? That sounds interesting. Ghost pepper hot chocolate. Bill Clay, love that game. Puffin stuff. South Korea just gave Trump a crown. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Did they just crown the MAGA king? Let me see what I can find here. Boobs. I can't show you guys that though. YouTube and Twitch is watching. Trump crown. Holy shit, it's not like a little crown either. Hold on. They already got AI videos of it. I don't know how I didn't see this when I was putting the schedule together. Look at that crown. That's Emperor Trump. You didn't want a king, you got an emperor. Lucky lefties. The lucky lefties. That's Emperor Trump sitting there. You know he's tired as shit. He's been going all around the world. I'd be sitting there with a beer in my hand. That's why they don't make me president. Anyways, reading through, we'll be moving forward here in a second. Damn, they ain't gave Trump a crown. Emperor Trump. The real MAGA king. Shroomish, it was on PS2. See, I wonder if you can get it through Steam. Major, the TDS will worsen. Yeah, about to be a pandemic of TDS. Lone Wolf, lefties would lose their mind if he put it on. He should. The next press briefing or something. You know, Trump walks out to the press pool and he's got the giant crown on and stuff. Everybody'd be just cutting it off. No, they wouldn't even cover the press briefing if that was the case. Shroomish, Trump is legit never tired. Tired of lefties shit. Pumpkin, oh wow, that would freak out the lefties. That's a huge crown. I didn't think it was going to be like that. Ghostly, just the New Vegas, not 3. Oh, 3 was Bethesda. Who made New Vegas? Was it Mad Dog? I can't remember what the company name was. Either way. Magic Moon, royal purple rope would go well with the crown. Mm-hmm. Pumpkin, Trump's having so much fun. I agree. Pag, that'd be the biggest troll ever. He should. He should be strutting around with that crown on. Mana, No Man's Sky, it's a huge universe and you're supposed to take pictures and mine for resources. Oh, it's boring. I don't know. What did Starfield? That's what it was. I think Bethesda came out with a game called Starfield. I have it. I just can't remember if it's called Starfield. But either way, that game was okay. But a lot of people say that No Man's Sky is a better version of Starfield. Too real. Obama might have a problem with the scanning. He might. He might. All of a sudden, the birth certificate becomes relevant again. Obsidian. Thank you, Ghostly. Yeah, that's who it was. Obsidian. Russell, well, damn, I've got titties and beer on my mind. You got... there's time you're awake where there's not boobs and beer on mind? I don't know what that's like. That's all I ever think about. Boys being boys. Moving forward here, like I said, we got quite the story coming up. AZ judge steps down after allegedly, but also being on camera, urinating and puking in public. I had a lot of fun writing that title, by the way. Judge peeing and barfing. I was like, yeah. That's the title today. I thought YouTube and Twitch wasn't going to let me write it because those platforms are softer than baby shit, but that's okay. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
On Fox 10 Investigates, a Superior Court judge abruptly resigns after an incident with police, but Yavapai County did not release details initially on what led up to the resignation.
That's where we come in. And now Prescott police body cam footage shows the judge allegedly urinating in the street. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum has the video, the report, the court filings, after confirming the identity of the public official.
What are we doing? This is disgusting.
It's just after 1:30 in the morning on October 4th, and the woman who just pulled up her pants, sitting on the bench, is now face to face with Prescott police. She is Judge Pro Tempore Christine Schaff Olson. The location is known to many as Whiskey Row at Montezuma and Gurley Street, on the same block as the courthouse plaza where Schaff Olson works. A source who wishes to remain anonymous obtained this body cam footage, providing it to Fox 10. As the officers try to identify her, Schaff Olson's husband gets involved.
Are you her husband?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hang out over by the cab for me?
Nope. Come on.
Yeah, you can, because I'm conducting an investigation.
For what?
Because I just saw her puking and urinating, exposing herself to several people.
That wasn't her.
That's Jason Olson, the judge's husband, and also the Parks and Recreation Manager for the town of Chino Valley. Police say Olson did not listen to instructions to back away, and as he's being detained, officers say he resisted arrest by tensing up his right arm before being taken to the ground.
Get your ass on the ground, dude.
I'm not doing anything.
5:15, we're fighting.
I'm not fighting.
Grab the cuffs.
The police report says Schaff Olson showed signs of intoxication and slurred her speech. Schaff Olson was appointed as a judge for Yavapai County Superior Court in 2023. She was a partner for her own law firm for 2 years and has been practicing law for a decade, according to her LinkedIn resume. If you listen closely, she emphasizes her official title.
Minimum, you're getting a ticket.
That's fine. My name is Judge Christine Olson.
The report also says several witnesses walked by minutes earlier and waved the officer down after they saw the judge urinating.
Are they visiting? I have no idea. She's useless. She can't even spell her name.
We reached out to the Yavapai County Superior Court for comment. The court administrator's initial news release just days after the incident said Schaff Olson resigned to attend to personal matters. The latest statement from Yavapai County Superior Court says in part, the Superior Court is aware of the allegations against Judge Christine Schaff Olson. This information was brought to the court's attention on October 4. Judge Schaff Olson accepted full responsibility and formally submitted her resignation on Monday, October 6. To ensure coverage of her calendar, Judge Schaff Olson agreed her last day on the bench would be October 31.
All right, this is your citation. It's a misdemeanor for urinating or defecating in public, okay? So you're going to have to sign it, promising to appear in court in about a month, all right? Your husband's going to be transported to the Yavapai County Jail. He'll be booked in there.
Jason Olson was cited for resisting arrest, interfering with a crime scene investigation, and obstruction of government operations. His employer, the town of Chino Valley, has not responded to our request for comment. Body cam footage shows Judge Schaff Olson struggling to sign the citation.
Nope, right here on the screen. On the screen.
On the screen.
Her attorney tells Fox 10 that she had some sort of medical issue that night, which has no bearing on her performance as a judge, and he's confident that when more information comes to light in the appropriate forum, the matter will be resolved favorably. I'm Justin Lum for Fox 10 Investigates.
When you're drunk and you gotta pee and throw up at the same time, local bush, that's where you get it done. I don't know. They said she was completely useless. I love that. I love that they added that in the news clip. They didn't even have to add that. It was a part of the body cam footage. They could have left it there. Nope. Add it to the video now. No, she's like, she's completely useless. She can't even spell her name. Stupid. Stupid. You're getting roasted by the cops when you get caught peeing and throwing up. Fuck it. I'd resign too. So I forgot to remind you guys, the audio is trash at the beginning of that video. That's their fault, not mine. It was my fault that I didn't remind you guys. The judge was drunk and peeing in public. She was in the bushes peeing when the officer walked up. Her husband was there and was trying to interfere with the officer that was investigating. He wouldn't follow commands by the officer, so he was detained, and then he resisted arrest while being detained. He's now facing charges of interfering with a crime scene investigation, obstruction of government operations, and resisting arrest. She's been practicing law for 10 years, but she's actually only been a judge for 2 years. They didn't really explicitly say that, but that's what it says in all the numbers there on the screen. She has resigned, and her last day is on Friday, so I don't know what she was doing today. Probably feeling shame if she has any, but what an idiot. Next up, we got somewhat of a quick video. Now, they don't give you a whole lot of details, but I just thought that the fact that they were putting out this church name, it's not a church, it's a cult, but they're calling themselves a church. You know, I was just thinking, if we know the name, we can spot the information in different places. So, although this video is lacking in information, it says former 2x2, which is 2x2, members alleged church allows abuse. Now, they claim that this is like a pedophile ring or something like that, something weird like that. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this judge peeing and puking out in public. Guess the cop's like, grab the evidence. We're soaking it up. Ghostly, medical issue my ass. Yeah, zero medical issue. She was hammered. Yeah, that's how attorneys are, though. She was having a medical moment. Yeah, she was fucked up. Drank too much. That was the medical. She caused it. Guess she dropped a log too? No, I think that's just what the charge is called. But yeah, that made it even funnier that she had to basically agree that she got in trouble for peeing in the street. But the charge name itself is urinating and defecating in public. She might as well have just ripped a skippy too. While she was at it, she signed up for it. Go see, if it was a dude, she'd be on the sex offenders registry. Yes, she would. Lifetime sex offender. I doubt she gets that treatment though. Ghostly drunk in public needs to be a charge too. Yeah, public intoxication, or at very least disorderly. Ghostly for her and the husband. Yeah, public intoxication for sure. Colty had a couple of buddies who got in trouble for peeing behind a dumpster, and they made them registered sex offenders. Yeah. I had a couple friends in high school that were like that. By the time we were graduating high school, there was like 3 or 4 of them. It was the same exact thing. They got caught peeing in the alleyway or something. So now they're all lifetime registered sex offenders. Colty, I thought peeing in public was a sex offender offense. Yeah. Not if you're a judge, I guess. JF Full Bush? Yeah, for sure. Magic Moon medical issue equals drunk as a skunk. You're not wrong. What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom. Lone Wolf, yeah, I have a medical issue too. Every time I hit the Everclear bottle. Right. Pumpkin, a couple of idiots married each other. Yeah, they seem like it. It's like frickin' Frack the Wonder Twins there. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Cop walks up. She's literally pulling her ass out of the bushes. Husband walks up. He goes, that wasn't her. In a way, that's a good husband, but you know, like fucking, it's a little too late to be lying now. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. I appreciate you, Cass. Rappy, what's wrong with these judges? Like, when you gotta go, I guess. Culty is just so aggravating and infuriating how much the double standard and how hypocritical everything is in society. Yeah, I completely agree. What's up, Obnoxious Guy? Happy freedom. Obnoxious Guy, you city kids make me damn grateful to have grown up on a farmland, schooled in a small Iowa farm town. Yeah. Yep, when you're in town, you're susceptible to getting pulled over and being charged with whatever the officer can come up with creatively that day. You sit in the country, you ain't got to worry about that stuff. Russell, my brother got a walking while drunk ticket. It's no good. Meta, it's better to pee your pants than expose yourself. Wonder what her blood alcohol content was. Yeah, I wonder too. Thank you so much, Southern Eagleman, for gifting a sub over on Twitch. You're badass, Southern Eagleman. Thank you so much for the support. Heck yeah. What's up, Butch? Happy freedom. TBD, yo, not Ken. He got put right on his head too. I don't know what he thought he was doing. Hey, don't talk to my wife like that. Next thing you know, he's kissing the cement. What's up, Master Dork? Happy freedom. Sassy Patriot. We had another judge arrested for a DUI 2 years ago. I think you actually covered it then too. It could be a judge with a DUI. I mean, it does sound familiar. One time I was on probation when I was young and I was stupid. I was 17, but I was charged as an adult, so I had adult probation. My probation officer was on tether for drunk driving. I never knew what to think about that. I was there for 3 counts of assault, but he was on tether. And I don't know. I never knew how to feel about that. I was like, you're the guy to tell me if I'm fucking up? Oh, okay. I mean, in the end, it all worked out. I'm doing all right, Master Dork. How are you? What's up, Charmaine? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom. Sassy Patriot, she peed right by my office where I'm watching you every day. She owes you an apology. Master Dork, for the judge, she needs to get the most of the law. She knows better. That's how I feel too. If law enforcement, judges, prosecutors, people like that, they break the law, they should get max sentence because they know what they're supposed to do and not supposed to do because they dictate your freedom every time you do those same things. And so if they break the law, they should be held accountable to the max. Ghostly, my ex got a DUI and almost an assault charge for puking on the cop. I laughed my ass off and she wrecked her car in the bar parking lot. A win is a win, Ghostly. I had an ex-girlfriend like that too. Got in a fight, she left the parking lot, didn't make it home, drunk driving. Like, oh dang, that's too bad. Guess who's got to bond you out? Say please. You're on the phone like, I'll come pick you up if you say please. Like, it's not good. It's not good. Don't be fucking up. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, this next one is weird. They're kind of lacking in details, but I figure if we're aware that this cult exists, maybe we'll find a follow-up on this. This is titled, Former 2x2 Members Allege That This Church Allows Abuse. Now, this isn't a church. This is a cult. But either way, it's 2x2, which is 2x2. And if these allegations are true, this is some pretty weird stuff. I mean, cults being cults is you're going to get what you get with a cult. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Welcome back, everyone. Former members of a religious group known as the 2x2 sect are speaking out. They're accusing church leaders of abuse and misusing their power. They say what happened behind closed doors went unchecked for years. Well, now the FBI is investigating amid a growing call for accountability.
They called it faith, a fellowship built on obedience and silence. But former members say behind that silence was something far darker.
It is literally an organization that protects and promotes the pedophiles. And so to remain a member of that, I don't want any association with that.
Inside this hidden movement, questioning leadership wasn't just discouraged, it was dangerous. Members were taught that obedience was salvation.
We are trained to respect the workers, like they are the sent ones of God, they are anointed of God, they've left their home, they've sacrificed so much for the gospel's sake. And because of that, people would overlook so much of us.
Even now, some still defend it, unable to see how deep the control really went.
There are some people that I guarantee you, even if they're listening to this, they just like, no, it's really not. Well, they're just people, or they're just imperfect people too, and they're just this and that. I'm like, no. It goes way deeper than that.
And for those who lived it, the cost of silence was unbearable.
People that were not in the ministry don't really understand how weird and dysfunctional it was and is in the ministry.
But survivors like Sherry Autry say the truth had to come out, no matter the price.
I just have always felt that somewhere, somehow, someday, I would tell my story. If it helps one person get help, not feel alone, if it protects one child, what happened to me was completely worth it.
A secretive faith empire, the silence that protected it, and the voices breaking through.
These are some astounding stories, and Horror in the Heartland airs weekly on News Nation's YouTube channel. You can watch new episodes on Wednesdays at youtube.com/newsnation. Be sure to check it out.
Thank you for watching.
Anyways, I don't know. News Nation is soft as shit. I don't want to watch their episodes about butt sex or whatever it is they're promoting over there. No, thank you. But I did think it was potentially important to know that this group of weirdos out here, this 2x2 group, is out here doing the thing. Never heard of that before, but they're saying that it is, let me see, a pedo cult that's grifting God in order to control people. And like I said, they don't provide you with a whole lot of details. They just have a lot of accusations without really backing any of that up. But like I said, 2x2 or 2x2 is pretty identifiable if you see this out in the world. Now you got this little chunk of information you can kind of hold with you and be like, you know, what else do these assholes do? So either way, this could be the beginning of a few follow-ups here. We'll see how it goes. Next up, non-citizen voting. Over 1,000 registered to vote in Ohio. Over 1,000 registered to vote in Ohio, says Secretary of State. Now, we just covered a video in Texas that was like 2,700 or something like that illegals are registered to vote in Ohio. They just found 1,000, and quite a few of them have already voted in past elections. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this 2x2 church cult thing. Also, there's something weird going on with the chat over on Rumble. I see Russell sent some support, but for some reason my chat doesn't show it. Either way, huge shout out to you, Russell. Thank you so much for the $20 donation over on Rumble. You're badass, Russell. Thank you so much for the support. All right, hooligans, we're going to read through. Zero FBI is investigating. They already got all the goods. Yeah. Russell, cults are so bad. Yeah. There's a lot of witchcraft cults and stuff out here where I live. I don't know people, so I don't know how to get that information. But when I was a chaplain, it was a really big deal. The people here were like, whoever these people are, they were recruiting teenage girls that are running away from home, or maybe they'd meet the club and want to be a part of it, but then they would try and get the 16-year-old to like separate from their family and stuff and be like, oh, you know, come be one of us, we'll take care of you and all this stuff. Well, they were getting all these 16-year-olds pregnant and nobody was going to the doctor or anything like that, and then they were having these girls shit these kids out in the woods so they could sacrifice them, and because nobody knew. The dad is part of the cult, the 16-year-old is separated from their family and most likely not going to school anymore. They pop a kid out in the middle of the woods. They sacrifice the baby to whatever god they choose that day, and nobody knows that it's happening. It's like a crime hasn't been committed because there's nobody keeping track of who's pregnant and who's not pregnant. The only way they know is if you go to the doctor. And so there was a bunch of that kind of stuff going on here. When I was a chaplain, they were fighting against that stuff. And I'm not a chaplain anymore, and so I'm kind of out of the loop. I don't know how it's going these days, but crazy people will be crazy. I know that. Zero, it's been going on since the 1920s, the 2x2 group. That's a long time for something I've never heard of. Ghostly, I had to look up the 2x2 church. I've heard about them before. They've been known for being pedophiles since the 20s. That's crazy. Well, at least they're being exposed now. Yeah, the chat over on Rumble is like completely frozen. And I don't know why. It's weird though. Let me see if I can do this. I think we got a chat here. Bang. Yeah. So you can see Shroomish is the last comment from Rumble. But if I pull up Rumble, right? Let me see here. The last comment is me on my chat. So like my chat is fucking broken. I've refreshed this page like 3 or 4 times. So I don't know. I will figure it out to be able to see your guys' comments on Rumble. And I might have to write Rumble Rick to be like, hey, what's going on here? I can't do my job if I can't read the damn chat. So we'll see. Let me see. Shroomish. Now they sacrifice babies so chicks don't have to take responsibility for having sex. That's true, Shroomish. They are celebrating it on the internet, which I think is a part of the propaganda system and stuff, because we've talked about this before. Women are more susceptible to propaganda because their natural makeup doesn't make them the kind of human that looks for problems, right? Men are defensive, women are nurturing. Every time a man enters a room, he's scanning all the potential problems, the exits, the solutions, any kind of threat, right? You're always assessing a threat. Where women are like, oh, that's a really pretty dress, whatever. But the guy standing next to her is a serial killer, and she didn't even see the serial killer. You know, that's just the way shit is. And because of that, the people who create propaganda, they know that shit. And so the whole celebrating abortions, or even doing what they call a kill streak, to be proud of how many abortions you've had, to celebrate that teaches young women like that's a kind of personality that you can have. You can go and have a kill streak and be celebrated in the world and be, you know, brave and strong and durka and all that stupid shit. And it's bad. It's bad stuff. That stuff's only effective on those who are not raised right, though. You know, you're vulnerable. If you ain't got people loving you in your life, you're vulnerable. You get hit with that propaganda. Next thing you know, you're like, I had 12 abortions and I'm 10 years old. And it's like, oh no. Oh no. Ghostly, they've been caught before. That's good. They should continue busting those 2x2 people. Let me see. Cass, everybody's seeing the chat's broken now on Rumble. I wonder why it's like that. What's up, Johnny Ride? Happy freedom to you. It seems like everybody's getting the issues in the Rumble chat now. Done. There's a cult called Twin Flames that made a Minecraft mod for 500,000 to recruit. That's crazy. Yeah, I've heard of weirdos using Minecraft in what's the other one, Roblox or whatever, to try and reach kids. A bunch of weirdos out there. Shroomish, chat's good for you. Well, hopefully they fix it, because like I can't even read the chat. The only reason I can even see what you guys are saying on Rumble is because I'm using Rumble Studio. Damn, the whole chat is gone now. The whole thing's gone. Let me see. Yeah. See on the far right, the far right, the Elon saluting in front of everybody, far right there. There's supposed to be a chat, and there's not. It's supposed to be over here, over yonder, but it's not. So, anyways, I'll do what I can to read your guys' comments. Matt Rogers, my wife has zero situational awareness, and it drives me crazy. Yeah. Well, it's difficult because you're trying to protect those people. And without them being very aware, they're kind of going to put themselves in harm's way. And it's like, no, I'm trying to keep you safe. Don't work against me. I know what you're saying. Meta, not all women are like that. No, not all women. And like I said, it depends. It has to be vulnerable people. People who are secure in life are not as susceptible to propaganda because they don't need outside sources to tell them who they are or who they should be. They're already confident in who they are. That's why I said, like, it's only vulnerable people who are susceptible to the propaganda on that level. And it's been engineered against them. It's not about whether or not it's right or wrong for a woman to not look for threats when they enter a room. It's in our genetic makeup. The point is that's how it is. It's like cats and catnip. If you know that cats like catnip, you know you can poison the catnip and poison the cat. And that's exactly how propaganda works. They figure out what you like based on how you think, based on how you feel, based on your sex, and they will propaganda you based off of that. It's a whole mind fucking going on, and they're good at it. What's up, Nucking Futz? Happy Freedom. Thank you so much, Southern Eagleman, for gifting another sub over on Twitch. You're badass. Thank you so much, Southern Eagleman. Heck yeah. Making hooligans. Master Dork, we covered Snap in the beginning. We covered some apps that help people purchase food and stuff like that, get deals on food. But Snap is still on schedule to end on Saturday, but President Trump vows to try and figure out a way to fund Snap during the lockdown, or not the lockdown, Jesus Christ loves us, took us back to COVID, during the government shutdown. And if President Trump says he's gonna make it happen, then I assume he's gonna make it happen. But we'll see how it goes. Time will tell. Sassy Patriot, I deserve an apology, damn it. I know. Over there peeing and puking in front of the office. Oh, yeah. Zero, yeah. Roblox is like Minecraft, but it's like Minecraft Plus. They can create worlds and games and stuff. Oh, yeah. Zero, remember we were using Gilded? We left Gilded because Roblox bought Gilded. That's why we left there. Zero, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if they're updating the chat on Rumble. I wonder if that's why it's taking a shit right now. Cass, I can only see what's on the screen. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, so this chat is based on an API. So I'm between what you guys see in the Rumble chat and being off of the chat. I'm in the code. And so something's wrong on like the finalized version of the code. Otherwise, this wouldn't be here because this is connected through the API of Rumble. So for some reason, we are still connected, or this would not be here. But yeah, on the actual platform, it is a black screen right now. Done. I figured that it'd be an update or something that's going on. Site's borked. Yeah, I'm thinking so. Major pedocraft. Yeah. Well, and I think it was Florida banned it. They banned Roblox or something. I don't remember what it was. They did some sort of restriction on Roblox, and I think Roblox is also facing a lawsuit because they're not protecting kids from predators. I don't know if they don't have a blocking system or a moderation system or what, but I'm pretty sure they're facing lawsuits over this. What's up, Otters? Happy Freedom to you. It's funny because you guys can't read the chat, so you're probably typing terrible things thinking nobody can see it, but I can see it. You filthy mouthed hooligans. Now everybody's going to just intentionally write shit. Beck Frank, Roblox was in the news because of grooming. Yep. What's up, MU? Happy Freedom. Otters, I can see you. Beck Frank, Jeff's a pooper. I'm a party pooper or just a pooper in general? Goodness. So Polish, happy Freedom to you. Meta, I had 2 cults try to groom me. Learned young. Too many of anything is bad. Yeah. It's true. Sorry to hear that, Meta. Those monsters, they're out there. What's up, Patriot Roy? Happy Freedom. Russell, stroke the chat again. I'm working on it. Otters, if leave the scroll up on your screen, we can read it too. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we're working with right now. I don't know, this just kind of happened all of a sudden. Either way, we are going to move forward really quick. Let me see where we're at here. We're near the end before we get into the fun stuff. Like I was saying, this one is titled Non-Citizens Voting. Over 1,000 registered to vote in Ohio, says the Secretary of State. Now, I think it's the same thing that we heard in Texas, right? Texas found like 2,742 illegals are registered to vote or something in Texas. That was because they did a voter roll audit. And some states got in trouble because the federal government inquired about voter roll data from states, from everybody, but the blue states, some of them, are refusing to provide that data. And so now they're facing lawsuits and all kinds of other stuff. What it seems like is going on is states who did not refuse to provide the data was analyzed and they found irregularities and shit. And like I said, we covered a story not that long ago, a week or so ago. Texas had 2,700 illegals registered to vote, and that was kind of all the information we got. They didn't really say if they voted or not. In this instance, this is Ohio. They have more than 1,000 illegals that are registered to vote, and they have details on how there's been voting going on since 2018 by illegals. So go ahead and hit that like button, and let's get into this.
And welcome back, everyone, here to Live Down from Fox. I'm your host, Mike Page. Thanks again for continuing to join us as we bring you the top stories of the day, live feeds, and, of course, when breaking news happens, you know we have you covered. All right, one of the big stories, including this was for a time the biggest story on FoxNews.com headlines today after an investigation by Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose has uncovered over 1,000 non-citizens who appear to have registered to vote unlawfully in Ohio. And LaRose says he has referred all 1,084 cases to the Department of Justice, noting that 167 of the individuals appear to have cast a ballot in a federal election since 2018. So let's bring in the Secretary of State to help break it all down here for us. This is Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose. Great to have you on, sir. And first off, just let us know how you were able to uncover this and really what led up to these findings.
Well, thank you, Mike. Yeah, we take this pretty seriously in Ohio. That's why when I became Secretary of State a few years ago, we created an investigative division. The law says in Ohio that it's the Secretary of State's responsibility to investigate fraud or irregularity. I looked at the office and realized there were no investigators. Really, I don't think any of my predecessors had full-time investigators. So we brought in folks with a law enforcement background. We built an investigative unit and people that could do the work of getting a subpoena for documents, putting a witness under oath, really conducting a professional law enforcement style investigation. That capacity didn't exist prior to my administration. As a result of that work, we have found, and as you can see, over 1,000 cases that have already been, over the last several years, referred to county prosecutors or in some cases to our state attorney general. Now, listen, all of these folks are busy. Maybe they've got good reasons for not taking up these cases, but these are all what I would call cold cases. They've been sitting there waiting. All the evidence is ready to look at. And so I decided, let's take this same evidence, and when it occurred in an even-numbered year, which are, of course, those federal elections, let's refer it to the DOJ. Let's see if they want to take these cases up. Again, I have this belief that when a law is not enforced, it's not a law. It's just a suggestion. And we know, of course, that there should be consequences for those who violate election laws. And so by referring these to the federal DOJ, my hope is that they decide to prosecute these cases if the case merits that. And again, that's the decision they make as prosecutors.
Yeah, it's so intriguing because when we take a look at, the numbers are startling when you have that many. And when you think about just how when they say, every vote counts and if it's a tight race in a special, in a different county or anything that you're really thinking about, it could sway it.
Yeah, Mike, let's even flip the argument a little bit. You'll hear from the left that voter fraud is so rare, why even bother with it? I've often made the case that, carjackings are pretty rare in my neighborhood, but when they occur, I certainly hope the bad guy faces justice for that, because they really can have big consequences. We have every year in Ohio elections that come down to a single vote. In fact, this is usually something we do a press release every December sharing how many elections that year came down to a single vote, or even a coin flip in those instances where it's a dead tie. Now, listen, we're not talking about U.S. Senate races and governor's races in most cases, but we're talking about things like a school board race, a city council race. Heck, we've had a couple mayor's races during my time as Secretary of State that had to come down to a coin flip. So one fraudulent vote is one too many. There's also the deterrent effect, right? Again, it's kind of like jaywalking. Most of us don't know anybody that's ever been prosecuted for jaywalking, and so people start to think, well, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Well, if people start to realize that if you mess around, you'll find out, right? People will realize that if you commit election fraud in the state of Ohio, you will face consequences for that. We've got nearly 8 million registered voters in our state. And when we have our big statewide elections, there are routinely turnouts in the multiples of millions. And so, yeah, these are small numbers that we're talking about. But this is about keeping voter fraud rare, which I would argue voter fraud is rare in Ohio. And we're going to keep it rare by taking it seriously and making sure that when someone does break the law, that they face justice for doing so.
Yeah, and that's why you are sending them to a DOJ so that they could properly take a look here at these. And Frank, what needs to happen so it doesn't even have to be found, where it could be stopped before they even try to register or they try to vote? What needs to happen for that to really take place when we talk about election security?
Well, your timing is good, Mike, because I was in our state Senate today testifying on this very matter. Now, listen, we have a good system of voter list maintenance in Ohio. That's what I would say that really all election officials should focus on: maintaining accurate voter rolls. That means taking the dead people off the voter rolls. That shouldn't be controversial. Taking non-citizens and keeping them off the voter rolls, or if they get on, removing them promptly. And we've had a good system of doing that, but it has long relied on state data. Last year, in fact, I had to sue the Biden administration because they refused to provide federal data that gives us a more complete picture of who's a citizen and who's not. Thankfully, the Trump administration has partnered with us. They're working hand in hand with us to provide data under a thing called the SAVE Act. What we're working with our legislature to do is to streamline that process and to actually create a front-end citizenship check. What happens right now is if a county board of elections puts you in the voter rolls, we will determine if you're a citizen or not within a few weeks. We will remove you from the rolls long before Election Day, so there shouldn't be the consequences of you being able to vote. But what we'd like to get to is that front-end citizenship check. Of course, that requires a change in state law, and that's why I've been working with our state legislature to do just that. It's just another example of, I think Ohio has led the nation for a long time. I think a lot of other states should follow our example.
There you go. And let's go back to what you were saying in the beginning, how you felt that your predecessor wasn't doing anything in the beginning when it came to these types of cases.
Okay, so they go on to talk about old stuff after that. But either way, crazy stuff. It seems like the chat is better over on Rumble now. I refreshed and it finally came back. I was looking at other channels and stuff, and it was kind of hit or miss. Some did not have chats and some did, but I think things got fixed. But either way, in this video, they were talking about an investigation by the Ohio Secretary of State uncovered more than 1,000 illegals and registered to vote in Ohio. Let's see. Yeah, that are registered to vote in Ohio. 167 of them have casted ballots since 2018. They mentioned the DOJ needs to get involved in order to prosecute these cases. Let me see. In order to vote in person in Ohio, you must present one of the following valid photo identification documents: an expired Ohio driver, an unexpired Ohio driver's license, an Ohio state ID, an interim ID form issued by the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles, a BMV, a U.S. passport, a U.S. passport card, a U.S. military ID card, an Ohio National Guard ID, or a U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs ID card. Okay, so that means that you have to have documents and identification in order to vote in Ohio's election, right? So even though they require all that, more than 1,000 illegals still registered to vote, even though the law already is that way. They didn't mention that, but I went and looked it up because I wanted to know about voter ID and that kind of stuff. Then they go back into mentioning maintaining voter rolls keeps elections safe, saying pull dead people off the voter rolls and stuff like that. He suggests having a front-end citizenship check in order to make sure that everyone voting is an American. And I think that is probably a good idea. If people are registering to vote, it would be all right to have shit like that, some validation to say, yes, this identification you received while this person registered to vote, they are an American. Go ahead and give them a voter ID, or go ahead and authorize them to register to vote. That would be okay with me. We're already on a list. I know it becomes controversial. It's like, oh, well, now they're going to be able to check if we're citizens or not. Well, I don't fucking care about that. They already put us on lists. They already monitor us. They already do all this shit. And I don't want illegals voting. So, I don't know. That sounds like a good idea to me. Like, if we could validate citizenship, that'd be good stuff. Next up, we got Lefties Losing It. And today it's titled Anti-ICE Crybully Gets His Comeuppance. That's a difficult title to say there. But either way, it's Lefties Losing It. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the more than 1,000 illegals that are ready to vote in Ohio. Russell, I always have to show ID. Yeah, that's how it is here too. Kosey, I root for the team. Whoever has the hottest chicks in the stadium, that's always on the winning side. What's up, Sun Tripod? Happy freedom to you. Kirsten, I wrote you back to explain to you that it's your browser that's fucking you up on the website, but you didn't respond. You could always email me and I could walk you through it, but I don't know. I can't make you fix it. I can help you, but you got to receive the help. So I don't know. You let me know if you need help on the website. I will help you, but everything is working as it should on all pages. Everything is functioning as it should. So yeah, like I said, if you need help, you let me know. I'll help you. We could go to your profile and I could show. I wrote you back, but I can't make you receive the help. You'll either receive it or you won't. Yeah, Kirsten, it's usually a simple fix. It has something to do with the way our browsers cache pages, and because I update the website all the time because I'm constantly making improvements, sometimes your browser can cache the website funny, and when I make a change, your browser's trying to pull information that doesn't exist anymore. It creates black screens or blank boxes and stuff like that. It's a really easy fix, but like I said, I gotta help you, walk you through it. All of us had to learn that stuff. There is a way to victory. There's a path to victory. Just send me an email or something. Or if you can see your post on the website, I did respond to you. And I gave you links to help you get it fixed. Dutton, Shift F5 will reload without cache. Yeah, like what Dutton's saying, Kirsten, give that a try. That alone will probably fix it. But it's usually a cache thing. It's a browser thing. It's not a website thing. But I will help you. And thank you for the help, Dutton. Yeah, Shift F5. Major, they're giving illegals IDs. What difference does that make? Yeah, see, that's what I've been saying about voter ID. Voter ID is a good start, but it's not foolproof. Not at all. We need transparency. And I've been saying this since 2020, and people don't like it. But I haven't found a better solution yet. We need a federal website, just like what they have for the national debt, right? Keeps track of all that shit. We need a federal website for voting. So when you vote, your name goes on the wall, and it shows who you voted for. And this works because then if you count all the votes, you should get the same number that they show on the TV. On top of that, you can validate if somebody's screwing with your ballots or not. Because there's your name. Is that the person you voted for? It's not. Call the hotline and get it fixed. I mean, is that too fucking easy or what? And the biggest complaint I hear when I bring that up is, oh, well, what if somebody comes and murders you because they don't like who you voted for? We already have hate crime laws, and that's one of them. Hurting somebody because of who they voted for, damaging their property or anything like that is a hate crime. It's already a big deal. So we don't need to add more laws, and we don't have to be scared of having a federal website. Because if we're all paying for voter ID, if you're paying for your fucking regular ID to drive a car, they already got your name, they already got your info, they already got your shit. So if they display it on a website, your name that everybody already fucking knows, and who you voted for, which most people are proud of who they voted for, you're really not exposing that kind of information. What you're exposing is whether or not they lie, cheat, and steal in our elections. Because either your name will be on the board when you voted, or you'll vote and your name's not on the board. That's a problem. You vote for person 1 and on the board it says you voted for person 2. That's a problem. This is real transparency. And like I said, I've been saying this since 2020. It's almost 2026, and I have yet to come up with a better idea than that. Now, it's not up to me, but you know, I want to find solutions to these problems, and that's all I've come up with yet. But you don't see the government doing that. It's because I think that things are rigged in favor of their agenda, whether it's red team or blue team. But that's just my own beliefs, and that's a whole different story. But either way, like I said, reading through, and we got lefties losing it coming up next. Snooks, you can't see the Rumble chat. Yeah, I can't do anything about the Rumble chat. Zero, there should be some sort of cross-reference for database between registered death certificate and voter rolls, automatic removal. Yeah, I think the same thing for will. If you have a will and you die and a death certificate comes out, it should automatically trigger a will. Instead of people having to know that you have a will and then contact your attorney or whoever they got to contact and try to get that stuff rolling. Like in my situation, my grandpa died. He had a ton of stuff and a ton of money, and he left it to somebody, but nobody knows his attorneys or anything. His son came through, got legal power of attorney, took everything and left. And nobody knows what to do because nobody knew grandpa's attorneys or shit, so we can't get the will read. It just ain't going to happen. It's just whatever's whatever. And it's been years now, so whatever was there is gone now. And so, yeah, it's weird that we have tech that's like touchscreen phones, and you know, we got vehicles now, got GPS just built into it. You don't need OnStar or any of that kind of shit. We have AI, which they're now referring to as super intelligence, but we can't keep track of who's coming in and out of the country. We can't keep track of dead people voting. Like, that stuff is really stupid, but you know, we'll see how it goes. What's up, Masterminds? Happy freedom to you. Another corrupt system. It is. Well, we just covered a story that was saying that we had, the biometric for non-U.S. citizens coming in and out of the country for years. We were supposed to be scanning them and stuff. We just didn't. It was too hard to learn the tech, so we just didn't do it. It's like that stuff's done intentionally. No worries, Kirsten. Life happens, and what goes around comes around. So as much as I get mad in the moment, I try to let things go. Life has its own justice. What's up, Grinches bro? Happy freedom to you. Otters. We can apparently put a man on the moon, but we can't fix voting. They don't want to. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Courtly? Happy freedom. Magic Moon. If there's a will, there's a way. What's up, Peyton? Happy freedom. Clear skies today again. So blue up there. Yep. Masterminds, if they create a blockchain for voting, nothing could be rigged. Yeah. I don't know if they'll want that, though. You know, like I said, there could be a lot of ways that they could have transparency, but they don't want transparency. They like to talk about transparency. Otters, we need fear of conviction. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we do. Accountability goes a long way. Kirsten, oh, you're on iPad? Zero, I think, uses iPad on the website. It should be a browser thing, though. The more I think about it, it's got to be a browser thing. But if you look at the link that I sent you, we have a FAQ page that has a whole bunch of information on easy ways to get things straightened out. And once you get it straightened out, you should be good to go. Lone Wolf, Klaus, chilling over there. Yeah, he's waiting for the fancy feast. Oh, he's knocked out. He's totally knocked out. Look at his tail. It's just bloop. Sleeping. Wake up, buddy. Come on now. It's a whole chicken leg here. I'm going to start auctioning off the chicken leg. What do you think? Come on, wake her up. All right. Making sure he's still alive. Jesus loves us sleeping it off today. Pumpkin, I want some sunshine. It's been raining here since last week. Well, hopefully you get some bright days ahead. Winter's rolling in. I can already tell. It smells like snow outside. Zero. I told her about the chat now working on Rumble with the iPad. No issues on the website with the iPad. Yeah, we just got to get things figured out. It'll all work out. Guess I'm cooking and watching as best as I can. Being an awesome and sexy cook is never easy. Yes, I agree. Guess what are you making us? Kirsten, I just got back to Houston. It's beautiful. Awesome. Major, it's cool and windy as fuck here in the Gulf of America. Yeah, it's fall rolling in. Peck Frank snow has a smell. It does to me. I don't know. Michiganders feel that way. I don't know what it smells like though. Your freezer smells like your freezer. When you open the freezer and it blasts you in the face, that cold feeling on your face, it smells like your hair is crystallizing. That's what winter smells like. Cajun fried chicken. Sounds good. Guess some. Corley, all the laws are in place. They just need to apply them. Yeah, absolutely. Enforcing the laws would go a long way, but instead they're always like, oh, we need more laws. We don't need more laws. Lone Wolf, so weird though. Frozen water has a smell, but water, no smell. I never thought about that. That's true. Yeah, water doesn't smell like anything, but cold water does smell. I don't know. You guys are blowing my brain here. Okay, we can't do this. We got to finish the job. The job's not done yet. Hits blunt. Like, why does frozen water smell, but melted water doesn't? Melted water is just regular water, by the way. But I'm just saying. Stern, I got my Facebook payment from that lawsuit a while back. That's badass. I remember when that was a thing. You're the first person I heard to actually get a payout from that. Nick, smells like your freezer. Why does it sound sexual when you say it? It didn't sound that way when I said it, but when you say it, that's some sexy talk. Point your freezer right at me. Goodness. Either way, getting into the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. Like I said, it's lefties losing it. Today it's titled Anti-Ice Crybully Gets His Comeuppance. I don't know who wrote that. Somebody needs to be punched in the face. That's a shit title, but either way, come on, GoofTube. Do the thing. We got Rita in navy blue today. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and we do talk about MSNBC a lot in this segment. It is the mental asylum masquerading as a news network. We have an embarrassment of lefties losing it riches there. Rachel Maddow, Nicole Wallace, Joe Scarborough, Jen Psaki. And this next guy, Lawrence O'Donnell, who often gets overlooked because, let's be honest, he's quite boring. But be no doubt, he's as demented as they come. Remember this, Gold?
Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it?
I don't know.
Where's the hammer?
Where's the hammer? Where is the hammer? Well, let's look at Lawrence's latest output. Here he goes on a wacky, fact-free rant. And just imagine what sort of a fringe-dwelling loon you have to be to think CNN is too pro-Trump.
CNN is already owned by a right-wing Trump supporter and has compromised itself accordingly. The firing started right away in that new regime. That's why Jim Acosta is no longer there and others are no longer there. And everyone who remains has become much more careful in anything they might even think of saying about Donald Trump. And now CNN eagerly pays a Trump supporter to lie on CNN every day and night for Donald Trump.
Firstly, CNN is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. It's a publicly traded company. It is virulently anti-Trump day and night. And the so-called liar that Lawrence claims is degrading the station is often the lone conservative on panels of 4 or 5 pundits all leaning left. Yes, this unseemly meltdown was all about Scott Jennings. An MSNBC anchor has lost it because CNN has a lone conservative on some of its panels to provide some level of balance.
Paying Scott Jennings to lie about Donald Trump is money very well spent. Scott Jennings, who used to be an aide to Senator Mitch McConnell, was not always a rabid, lying Trump supporter. When he first started appearing on television, he was capable of criticizing some of the more extreme Trump positions. But Scott Jennings figured out where the money is and how he could get his own podcast and decided to become the J.D. Vance of CNN. And here is the single goofiest thing ever said by anyone in charge of CNN in that network's history. The lost in America Englishman who heads CNN said, quote, "Scott's like D'Artagnan. He's got his sword out, and he's got about 4 Democrats against him, but he spiked them all off. That's much more like it, I think. He's a worthy opponent, as it were."
Well, that statement is 100% accurate. Scott Jennings does typically take on 4 rabid Democrats at once and comes out on top, not because of lies or playing on emotions, but because he sticks to the cold, hard facts, something foreign to MSNBC anchors like Lawrence. Now to a teeny tiny little agitator, 4'6" Quinn Hobble, who the leftist media love to present as some sort of lovable protester who's being victimised by ICE agents. But the footage suggests otherwise. Let's look at what Quinn has to say when speaking to the media and the behaviour that actually led to his arrest.
Only 4'6", and I can't see. What harm was I going to do to them?
Keep them back. Don't you tell me what to do, you
prostitute.
You have no idea how much I would like to beat the shit out of you. Hey! Dance on your goddamn grave! Hell yeah, I hope somebody kills you guys!
I decided that I was going to sit. So I was sitting in the grass, and my legs were just barely in the driveway, and they came up. I think there were 6 of them, and they grabbed me, and they started to drag me across the driveway on the ground. And they put their foot or something on my back, and some part of them on my neck. It was scary.
There's nothing in my socks, don't. Feet are too small.
Being dragged across the ground when you can't see what's happening around you. They call Portland a war zone. The only people that's making it a war zone is ICE.
Shut up! Shut up! Don't talk!
Let's go back to CNN, and polling expert Harry Enton had more bad news for their lefty losing it audience.
You might think, given that the Republicans are in charge of both the House and the Senate, that a government shutdown might actually hurt the Republican brand. But in fact, it hasn't. If anything, it's been helped a little bit. Take a look here, the shift in net popularity versus pre-shutdown. When we're looking at the Republican Party overall, that brand actually up 2 points. That's within the margin of error, but clearly it hasn't dropped. Come over to this side of the screen. Look at the net approval ratings for Republicans in Congress. It's actually up 5 points since pre-shutdown. So what we're seeing here is the Republican brand in Congress has actually improved somewhat compared to where we were pre-shutdown, despite the fact that Republicans control. And that's the math that John Thune and Mike Johnson are looking at.
Yes, Republicans and independents are not blaming the Republicans for Schumer's shutdown. That's good news for the midterms for some.
It's rallying the base for sure. Look at this. The net approval rating up 12 points versus pre-shutdown. But it's not just with the base. It's also with the middle of the electorate. Look at this. Among independents, it's up 8 points as well. So we've got a situation here where Republicans with the shutdown are actually rallying their base, but it's also something that's not hurting them with the folks in the middle. If anything, it's helping them with folks in the middle. And this is the type of math that if you're Republicans, you like to see, right?
Yes, the math is mathing, but what is the shutdown doing to the Democrats' chances at the midterms?
So how are they positioned right now?
Yeah, so, I mean, look, the generic congressional ballot, which traditionally Democrats have done really well on, and if you look at this point back when Trump was president the first time around, Democrats are up 11 points. Look at where it is now. Democrats are ahead, but they're actually only up 3 points. This is, in fact, the worst position Democrats have been on in a generic ballot at this point in midterm when there was a Republican president in the last 20 years. And this is no different from pre-shutdown. So Republicans aren't losing on this metric either. They become more popular, and they're actually in a pretty good position for them historically when it comes to the generic congressional ballot.
This is a concerning number for Democrats, are you saying?
This is a concerning number for Democrats because it's considerably worse than they traditionally do in midterm elections when there's a Republican president.
Harriet.
Oh dear. Let's bring in documentary filmmaker and
All right, that is lefties losing their marbles there. Holy. Next up, we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Sly Dog, and it's titled Classy. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Modern Problems. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about lefties losing their marbles. Russell, the GOP's benefiting from the Schumer shutdown. Yeah, and we're kind of benefiting too because they're getting rid of those Democrat programs that we don't need. So when things go back online, a lot of those programs will be permanently gone. Rappy, a grown man with a teddy bear. I've seen it all. That's Portland. It's Portland, you never know. It's like, okay, show us on the bear where he hurt you. He's like, you want me to show you on the bear where I hurt the bear? Corley, we need to open up some more insane asylums. Yeah. People will stop claiming to have mental illness every time they're asked to do something challenging if we actually had a place to stick people that were, you know, losing their marbles. Lone Wolf, people, let's see, wow, people are seeing through the BS. It's kind of shocking, honestly. Yeah, as long as they don't fall back asleep, because that kind of happens too. Guy's like, I was barely blocking the driveway. It shows I'm getting picked up. Yeah, that's how it goes. What's up, Butterfly? Happy Freedom. Done. There's another outage going on with AWS and whatnot again. See, that shouldn't affect Rumble because Rumble's got their own cloud server that they build. But yeah, that's, I mean, it's probably causing outages. A lot of major platforms, they say like the top 10,000 performing platforms or something, are all hosted on AWS. Jagular, why'd you cut a hole in the teddy bear? Mm-hmm. Corley, how did you know that he was barely blocking the driveway? I thought he couldn't see. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Blue Review? Happy Freedom. Good review, making enchilada casseroles. Sounds fantastic. High school football and cheer team for the last practice tomorrow. That's badass. Live review. Sounds good. Otter's dude was a speed bump. Yeah, they'd drag him out of the way. Metamouth liberals don't have any marbles. How many times do I have to tell you that? Yeah. Well, that's why they're reeing so loudly. They've lost them all. What's up, Rich? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy Freedom to you. Agent O Math is racist. It is. What's up, Jones? Happy Freedom to you. Alright, hooligans, let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to be opening today's door of the new Advent Calendar by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today from the advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Now, we could just crack this open yesterday, right? It's today Tuesday. So today is day number 2 of the new GNOME calendar. Let's see who we got today. Oh, this one's real cool. Real cool. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on the camera. He's got like little skulls. I don't know if those are kissy marks. We got a spooky little gnome today. He's all blacked out. He thinks he's Batman. Like I said, I think he's got skulls on his hat there. He's styling, though. He's styling. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. Got a nice collection here. This is who we got yesterday. This was yesterday's. Yes. Building a collection here. Got the blacked out one today. Thank you, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate it. All right, hooligans. Let's get into the funny videos here. First one was provided by Sly Dog. Oh, I remember now. Hold on. Full screen. Like I said, this is provided by Sly Dog. It's titled Classy.
Get on y'all ugly ass.
Hey, bro, what's up?
Get you far. Come on, stop.
Bitch, I'm a pair either. The fuck? Like, bitch. I'm gonna like that stupid asshole.
Bitch, come outside.
Oh, man, come on, bro.
Get on y'all ugly ass.
Oh, she got what she ordered. Yes, 2 cold drinks right to the face. Get into our official funny video of the day. This one was provided by Stoner. Let me see here. All right, this one's, like I said, provided by Stoner, and it's titled Modern Problems.
2 weeks ago, I made an anonymous tip to an ICE office about a restaurant I had applied to that rejected my application. 3 days later, there was a raid on that restaurant and 12 of their employees were deported. I did this because I really wanted to work at that restaurant, but they were full staffed. So I figured what better way to get an opening in than to have half their staff deported. So that's what I did. When I reapplied, I got hired, and I've been working there a few days, but now I'm worried that they're going to find out that I was the one who called and had half of their staff deported. For anyone who's been in a similar situation, was there some way you were able to soften the blow ahead of time, or kind of get them used to the idea that maybe an employee here got everyone deported? Who knows? I'm just seeking advice because I do like a lot of my coworkers, and I don't want them to hate me or think I'm a bad person or something.
All right. He's like, I don't want them to hate me or think I'm a bad person. Nah. That's motivation. What are you talking about? Those are leadership skills. Either way, that is all the coffee I have for you guys today. I'm going to grab this link really quick. I'm dropping in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Met a true patriot. What he saw was that there was no open positions because of illegals being around. So he liberated that workspace and made room for more Americans. There's the link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of you guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we've got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Plus, on Fridays, we do voice chat, and we are going to be reading more fun books this weekend. So definitely consider getting yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. So Friday, after Coffee with Hooligans, you can join us in the voice chat. It is a lot of fun. So like I said, definitely consider getting a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. We're going to read through really quick, and we got the pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Hey, thanks for being with us, Tom. Enjoy the rest of your day. Zero, well, for starters, don't make a TikTok video on what you did. What an idiot. Yeah. Russell, deport them all. That's right. Hey, thanks for being with us, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. MU, most people don't know how to keep their mouth shut. No control. Yeah, you're right. Colty should have just kept his mouth shut. That's the best thing he could do. Pumpkin, I have a kitchen gnome. He does no dishes. Well, goodness. You're a pretty nice lady hooligan hosting a gnome like that. Especially a lazy one. Beck Frank, it's Thursday. You people are in the past. Thank you for reminding me, Beck Frank. What about today's Wednesday? Yeah, what did I say? Oh, I said it was Tuesday, didn't I? No, it's Wednesday. Weird. What did we do on Monday? My days are all messed up. No, I knew it was Wednesday. I don't know what I was talking about. I do remember saying Taco Tuesday. Meta has a pumpkin on his belly. No, I think he's holding a pumpkin. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. The gnome is holding onto a pumpkin. The other one was not. Actually, I don't think the gnome actually has hands. The first one has hands. The second one doesn't. Rich hit 500 on a Minnesota scratch-off today. That's badass. I never win anything off scratch-offs. I never win anything on anything. Hey, thanks for being with us, man, and enjoy the rest of your day. Happy freedom to you, Teasel. Enjoy the rest of your birthday, Mana. You hooligans are cracking me up. Well, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's figure out who we are raiding over on Rumble. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, how are we going to raid out if there ain't no chats? Oh, everybody's live. Let's see. Frag's not live, and that's who I'm looking for is Frag. Well, let me see. Wilkie's live. Toasty's live. Let me see what Toasty's doing. We haven't raided Toasty in a while. Oh, she's doing the premium live stream. Well, dang. Let me see. Wilkie. Wilkie's about an hour into it. He's playing the game. I think it looks good. We're going to raid Wilkie. All right, hooligans, hit that like button as soon as you land, and let's get raiding.
I did play a lot of Back 4 Blood, as a matter of fact.
You just don't know how to play it. It's not as good.
I did like the concept of like the hidden.
No, Swax in here. Come back.
Hidden hives.
Oh, my bad.
You're good.
Yeah, come here, Boomer.
Oh wow.
Jeff Mack with the hooligan raid.
Let's go, Jeff. Let's go, hooligans.
Love it.
Happy freedom! Happy Candy Day! Thank you for following. Welcome in, everybody. Hooligans. How you doing? We're playing.
Stop it. Stop it.
Left for Dead 2.
Hollywood, stop it.
You what? Yeah. See, you can't leave him. You can't leave him idle. You can't leave him idle. You can't leave him idle. You can't leave it idle.
Holy, fantastic raid, you hooligans. He's got Grim Hollywood with him in the chat. You hear Grim in the background. Grim's a hooligan. And then they're shooting dicks in the wall. I don't know if y'all saw that. They were like putting graffiti wieners up on the wall there. It was too much. I had to cut away before YouTube decided to give me a strike. Either way, fantastic raid, you hooligans. We're going to read through the chat really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Hey, thanks for being with us, 10-man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Zero, so much chaos when they all play. Yeah, their chats are a little too loud. Hey, thanks for being with us, Sage Pup, and happy freedom to you. Boost of Flames, Jeff with the booby tassels. Hey, thanks for being with us, Rappy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Kevin, that's interesting. I can't read that out loud because people are going to think I'm talking about something racist, but that's interesting. Oh, I appreciate you being with us, Kirsten. Oh, much love to you, Pumpkin. Enjoy your night, Meta. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Southern Eagleman. Appreciate you. Hey, thanks for being with us, Master Dork. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheeky Chops, the Asian dust. Enjoy the rest of your day, Cheeky Chops. Thank you, Zero. I think we are good to go. I believe so. What's up, Carmen Carson? Happy freedom. Oh, much love to you. Thank you for hanging out with us today. All right, it looks like we're good to go. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you guys for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Like I said, I appreciate all of you guys. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Find yourself some good food, but please be safe, and I will do the same. Make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.